Hi everyone, my name is Ellie Maynard and I'd like to introduce our team, Team Awesome. Our group members are Kate Phillips, Aaron Moore, Al Pacheco, Colin Elmore, and myself. Together we created an app called Day Planner to solve a problem that almost everyone deals with, keeping track of busy schedules and trying to coordinate plans with other people. Right now, most people use multiple tools to manage their time, like their phone calendar, text messages, screenshots of work schedules, class syllabi, and event flyers. This makes it easy to forget appointments, miss deadlines, or double book events. For example, a student might have class schedules in one place, work shifts sent as a PDF, and social plans being discussed through text messages. Trying to keep all of that organized can be frustrating and time-consuming. If they want to plan something with friends, they also have to go back and forth asking when everyone is free. Day Planner solves this by creating one centralized platform where users can manage everything in one place. Users can create, edit, and view events through a clean calendar interface with daily, weekly, and monthly views. Our app also includes a file reader feature that can scan work schedules, PDFs, and shared files to automatically detect and import appointments instead of requiring users to enter everything manually. Another key feature is the social scheduling aspect. Users can add friends, send friend requests, and message each other directly through the app. Friends can see when someone is busy and request available times, which makes planning group events much easier. We also included a chatbot feature to make the app more interactive and helpful for users. The chatbot acts like a personal scheduling assistant inside the app, helping users create and manage events more easily. Users can ask the chatbot to schedule an event, edit an existing event, or delete an event without having to manually go through each screen themselves. It can also tell users what events they have planned for the day, a specific day, or even for the entire week. This makes scheduling faster, easier, and more convenient for everyday use. The goal of Day Planner is to make scheduling simpler, faster, and more collaborative. Instead of being just another calendar app, we want it to be a smarter scheduling hub that helps users stay organized, improves communication, and reduces the stress of managing everyday life.
My name is Aaron Moore, and for the technology side, our Android app uses React Native with Expo for the front end, Fast API for the back end, and Firebase for authentication and data storage. On the front end, we used React Native to build the mobile interface with reusable components. We paired that with Expo, which made Android development easier by helping us run and test the app on devices and emulators. We also use Expo Router to organize navigation between the main sections of our app, like Home, Friends, Chats, Files, and Settings. The front end communicates with the back end through HTTP requests. Our back end is built with Fast API, which handles the main app logic, including users, events, friends, file uploads, and chatbot features. We deployed the backend on Render, giving the app a public URL to send requests to. A major part of our stack is Firebase. At the beginning of the project, we used MongoDB, but as the app grew, we realized that features like login, password reset, and authentication would require more custom backend work. Because of that, we switched to Firebase. Firebase worked better for our needs because it gave us Firebase authentication for login and password reset, Firestore for storing app data like users, messages, events, and friend requests, and Firebase storage for images. Having those services connected made development smoother and reduced the amount of custom code that we had to write. Overall, the technologies fit together clearly. Expo handles the Android app, Fast API handles the backend logic, Firebase handles authentication and cloud data, and Render hosts the backend so the app can access it.
My name is Alpha Pacheco, and I'll be going over the homepage as well as the adding, editing, and deleting events. So again, this is the homepage. When you log in, you're immediately greeted with a hello and then your name, in this case John. And then the top row, you also have the notepad, the search bar, the search button, and the adding events. So you open this, you open the notepad, make however many edits you'd like based off whatever you need. Let's say I just make a small edit like this. Cool. Click off, go back, and it's saved. Great. You could also use the search button to find events based off certain keywords like lunch, for instance. So every instance of the word lunch now comes up in the search history. Before we get to add events, I want to talk about the calendar itself. So again, this is where your events are in the app. So this is the monthly view, but we also have a weekly view, as you can see. And you can click however far into the future or into the past you'd like. But if you want to go back, you just click today, and boom, you're there. Again, the current date is indicated by a big blue dot over the date. And say you want to click on it, you have the day view now, and you scroll down and you have your one meeting for the day, or you go to tomorrow and you have your 3 meetings for tomorrow, which through the on the UI are indicated by these lines. So one big line is one event, 3 little lines is 3 events. If you had 2 lines, it'd be 2 events, so on and so forth. And this is the today view down here. So this lists all the events that you have at this day. It doesn't matter if they've already started, have already started and ended, you're in the middle of the meeting, or if they're in the future, they're at, like, in this case, like 5 p.m. or whatever. You click on you have access to them. If you want to edit them, click on it, you click edit, and then you make whatever edits you like. So meeting for Capstone Project, videos. You can also change anything. You can change the time. You can change the friends who are invited. Whatever, what have you. But for the sake of the demo, I'm just going to do the name. Great, it saves. Now, if you wanted to add an event, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to make an event from scratch, just continue. But if you click on this, all these different input fields will auto-populate based off of the template that you saved previously. And I'll go over that a little bit later. But let's say I want to do doctor's appointment with Dr. Elmore, whatever, right? But let's say it's a therapy session and I want to have it at Salty Nut. I need some liquid courage, what have you. Salty Nut Cafe right here in Columbia. Excellent. But I don't want it right now. I want it at 7:30 p.m. 8:30, and that automatically changes to 8:30 p.m. An hour afterwards, depending on when I set the time. But I don't only want it. Well, first, buckets, yay. Well, let's say I don't. Let's say I need to be reminded 15 minutes prior, and I like the color red. But let's say like I want to do this like every week, every Tuesday or Monday rather at whatever the time I did, 7:30 for a couple weeks now. So I click on the repeat section, or one of the options in the repeat section, and I click the number of weeks I want to repeat. So let's do 6. I'm going to be here for a while, and I can also invite friends. So you click on it. I have 2 friends. I'll invite Colin. I'm close with Colin. So it's going to be a group therapy session, and I could save this as a template to be used later, or I can just add the event now, which is what I'm going to do. Great. So as you can see, the event is added, and let's go to next Monday. If I scroll down to 7:30, guess what I have? 7:30. Doctor's appointment with Dr. Elmore. Great. So, and that's the case for the next, I think I put 6 Saturdays. And if I wanted to delete an event, let's say, meeting for Capstone Videos, I just click the delete button here. Thank you. I'm very excited about this app, so great.
Hello, my name is Colin Elmore, and today I'm going over the chatbot. So, our chatbot is a scheduling assistant built within our app. A user can type natural language requests, such as like scheduling a meeting, what do I have today, or cancel my event. The user then sends the message, and the app forwards it to the backend. The backend figures out the user's intent and extracts the specific details of the message it received. If information is missing, the chatbot asks a follow-up question. For example, schedule a meeting. It may ask when. So like, what time would you like to schedule that meeting for? Once there's enough information, it will confirm the details and save the event. The chatbot also keeps track of multi-step conversations, so they can withstand multiple conversations and multiple messages within the same conversation. So, for example, let's try to schedule a meeting with Colin tomorrow at 8 a.m. See, the time doesn't work, so then we'll try an open slot. Try an open slot. See, so we are free today from 2:45 to 3:45. Call it best friends hanging out. Yes. And bam, that event is now scheduled for today. Colin is invited. You can see that the friend participant is pending. Our chat can also find, as shown, it finds times that are available to them, and it can also tell you what it is doing today. But for the sake of time, I will be forwarding that to the settings page now. So this page is pretty simplistic. It has your profile settings. The user's name is John Doe, email. You can reset your password, and it has the password reset strength attached to it, and you also have the availability to choose your profile photo now. Account settings, you can allow notifications. You can keep the device calendar updated. And you can also specify if you want to be available on weekends, like if you want to keep this app more work-friendly. And it's available outside of working hours. Lastly, we will do the file reader. The file reader is John. For our context, John has a class and he wants to get all of his tests and time within this part, within his calendar. So for this, we'll select a file. This is his syllabus for the class. And the file parses the data. So it is reading this data as it is loading. And it's a huge helper for users that don't want to put in manual inputs, because it's quite difficult and tedious to put in the same event or the same sounding event multiple days in a row. So this is what happens after the file is completely parsed. So it has spring breaks, it has assignments, here's all the exams. Everything is up to date and good. The final exam, the teacher must have not attached times to this example, but this is our exam 3. It's all day, and you can add the event that day. I would show it to you, but the time has passed. Let's see. We're April 27th, Friday, May 1st, all day. Final exam. Here we go. Go to next month. May 1st, final exam all day for that class. And that is all. Thank you.
Hi, this is Kay Phillips. I'm going to finish up our demo today by talking about our sign up, login, and friends functionality. So we're going to start on this left screen where we can sign in with our user, John. Then once we click login, it will take us to our homepage that Al has already talked about, and will also pop up with a summary of some of the events that have recently happened and are upcoming. We go down here and click on Friends, so that we have one friend here, Colin, but we're going to add another friend right now. So we go over to the right screen, we will add Albert, who is John's brother, who John was luckily able to convince to go ahead and give Day Planner a try. And as you see, we have a strength indicator to make sure that all of our passwords are safe. Then once we click register, it'll take us back to our login page, use those new credentials, and go ahead and sign in. Of course, it takes us back to our homepage again, and we will go ahead and back on the left screen, we will add Albert as a friend by entering his username from John's side. Get a confirmation message that that's sent. Back on the right screen, we'll click on Friends. So that we currently have no friends, we have a new message up here, which is our inbox, which is a new friend request from John. We can accept that. And back on the left screen, one of our other functions is a Find a Meeting Time, where you can click on this, and it will show you your friends, and you can go ahead, include, exclude, whoever you would like, give a date range, however much time you need, and you can click Find Available Times. So now down here, it'll show you all the times and within that date and time range that all of the friends that are involved would be available. Now back on the right screen, we can click the back arrow and see that we have John here, who's showing as busy because John is currently in a meeting. But you can click on John, go ahead and type in a message and say, "Hey John," and then send that. It goes through on this end, and then back on the left screen, we can go ahead and go back, see that we have a new friend and a new message, and Albert is showing as available because he is a new account and doesn't have any meetings going on. Send that, and then it'll pop up here in just a second, one new message. So now, that is going to wrap up our demo today. I would like to thank all of you for watching. I hope you had a good time and learned a lot, and would love to use Day Planner in the future. Thanks.